Hello, it's a rare weekend at home for me, not away in the van, so it gives me a chance to catch up on a bit of tinkering on the cars. Not a great deal to do. As you can see, Agatha is just sat there in the garage, hasn't moved since we went to the, bloody hell, when? Gaydon maybe? I hope not, seriously. Anyway, been a long time. A couple of weeks ago I drained all the fuel out of the tank because I'd still got some E10 in there and I didn't want it sitting with E10 in. So one of the jobs I'm going to do today is go and get some petrol, crank her over, fire her up, give her a warm through. Hopefully, because I'm at home next weekend, I'm going to try and get out and go for a quick drive. But yeah, not today. It's just going to literally be, will she start, run some fresh fuel through. Try saying that with my teeth. And yeah, I've got a little bit of stuff to do on the Rover. When we were at Gaydon, a guy called Chris came up to me and said he watched the channel. He used to have a 45 and he'd got a load of bits. Did I want them? I said, yeah, send me a message. Anyway, he came to the BL show at Milton Keynes, bought me a bag with some mud flaps in. So I'm just going to clean them up now and fit them to the Rover. And yeah, just generally tat about and catch up really. So it won't be much of a video, but it's just nice to catch up in it. I'll catch you in a bit. Yeah, excuse the noise of the washing machine. I'm doing this in the utility room so I don't get too told off by the boss lady. But taking some cleaning up a little, and then I'll put some dressing on them and try and get some back to black on them or something. Ew. Right, so apologies for the filthiness of the car. As you know, it's my daily driver, and to and from work involves a lot of lanes now. There's been a shutdown on the A38, and if I go that way to work I have to do a massive detour down lanes. So yeah, it hasn't been washed since the BL show. I will hopefully try and get it done later today. But I've just cleaned where the mud flaps are going to go, and obviously I haven't got the proper screws in there because, well, I don't know really why. I'll try and address these crappy washers that I've put on, or somebody's put on, and tidy it up a bit. Right, so we're quite lucky with the back ones. You can see the divots are marked. I'm just using self drillers to make the hole, and then I can just about get the screwdriver in without taking the wheels off, which is good. That's the finished one on. All good. Right, they're on. Just going to touch the screws up with a bit of black paint because obviously they're silver, it looks a bit gash, but cup of tea time. Silver. Look a bit better now, painted them all black. Right, so as I said earlier, just going to go and get some petrol, just fill a gallon can and get Agatha started. Yeah, like I said, what I did a few weeks ago now, took the pipe off the bottom of the tank and actually sucked all the fuel out with a pump so that the tank was empty. So the only fuel that will be in the car now will be whatever's in the carb and in the fuel lines running up to the carb, if any. So I'm going to put some petrol in, get some E5 in it, and then if I do go for a drive out next week, obviously I can go straight to a fuel station and put some in. So yeah, it should start okay. I think since I put that other fuel pump on a few months ago, it's been starting better anyway, but we'll find out later on when I get to do it. And then what I'll do, I'll wash this Rover after I've done that, because I want to wait for the paint to dry on the mud flap bolts. Prepare to be shocked at the price of super unleaded, I guess. Diesel's gone up 181.9, wowzers. Yeah, the E10 that I had in the Allegro, I just drained it out and put it straight in this. What I tend to do with this now is do 2 tanks of E5 and then 1 of E10, just to cheapen it up a bit. As I said in the video I did about fuel, I can't tell that much difference driving it, but it does do better MPG on the E5. $175.9 for super unleaded. You can get 6 litres in a 5 litre can. So yeah, mind you, it makes your car stink of petrol, so don't do it. Luckily I'm obviously going to go straight back and tip it in the Allegro, so the expansion room won't hurt for the mile journey home. He says hopefully, if the video never ends and I'm burning in a ball of flame, you know what happened. Give me Allegro to Lee. Wait a minute, who's going to edit the video? Right, we'll just give Agatha a lovely drink. Right, so I always leave the battery disconnected, and I'll just connect that back up. I ought to get one of them isolators really, I don't know, that you can just turn the knob. That would be a lot easier. Handy place spanner. And that will do. Now, we shall see. So don't forget, it's actually, I remembered by the way, it was Statfold road rail and ale that I did with Lee. So it wasn't that long ago I drove the car. I was feeling guilty for a minute. I still feel guilty, I should use it more. But anyway, it's only been maybe a month. So let's see if she starts. You're seeing this live. We're off choke virtually instantly because it's in the garage and it's not that cold. I'll just let her warm up now and yeah, just get some temperature into the engine. Yeah, so just sitting in the car really, as I say, it's completely off choke now and absolutely runs lovely. I love the way that yeah, it sounds. I will have to make the effort next weekend. We're not away next weekend either, so I'll have to make the effort to go out in it because it's the last weekend of October next weekend, so that's crazy. But yeah, I'm just sitting really, as I say, I want the temperature to get up and the fan to kick in just so that the engine's had a bit of a run through. And yeah, sounds lovely. I do need to get that manifold sorted. If you remember earlier in the year, found a crack in the manifold. I just put some gum on it and it's held. But I know that's quite a big job really, because all the studs into the head look like they've never been out. There's virtually no nuts left on the end of them, they're that rusty. So that could be a bit of a mare, if I'm honest. Maybe I'll do it over the winter. I keep saying this, but I just don't know. Never seem to get the time, because I don't really stop going away in the van. Have the odd weekend at home in the winter. and I don't want to make a job worse. If a stud breaks off in the head, is it better to have a little bit of a blow from the exhaust than have to fart about and take the head off and get it all helicoiled, or I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, just pondering while I'm revving it up. But yeah, she started okay considering there'd be no fuel in the lines, obviously, so we're all good. And that sticking starter motor from earlier in the year seems to have cured itself, so yeah. Just waiting for the fan to kick in now. We can't be far off that happening. There we go, kicked in. I'll just wait for that to stop now and I'll knock her off. There we go. And we didn't even run on. Right, leave it to cool down. Right, so as you can see, she's quite filthy. I'm not going to go mad because it'll be as dirty again on Monday, but it deserves at least a wash and get some dressing on these mud flaps and see how they blend in. Okay, that's as good as it gets this time of year, really. As I say, it'll be filthy again by the end of next week. But yeah, I'm just going to wait for it to dry off a bit more on the plastics and then just dress them mud flaps up. The front ones have faded a bit more than the back ones, but I think it looks a load better with mud flaps on. This side's probably the best. You see how they're faded grey, but then again I suppose the strips have as well, really. And yeah, sets that off a load better, I think. Right, we'll put a bit of this on them mud flaps, see what they look like. Just basically universal dressing renovator universal. We'll see. Right, there you go. They're a bit better, but the front ones are quite faded, so I'm quite happy though. It looks a load better with mud flaps on. That one's really nice and black. But anyway, there she is. Right, there you go. That brings this video to an end. It is just a little filler video so I can get something out really this week that you're watching it, and also it allowed me to have a little catch up and an update. The video after this one will be one that I've been waiting to release for a while. It's me and Sarah from Bangers and Cash, or ex-Bangers and Cash I should say, now Evoke Classics. I went and met her in mid-October and got to drive her Ital i-van. So that will be the next video after this one. Hope you enjoy that one. All the other videos that I've done with her have gone mental for the channel, so I appreciate anybody that's joined just because of the other videos. Fortunately or unfortunately, depending on if you like or dislike the channel, the footage is going to slow down now. Time of the year, isn't it? You know, no car shows, not a great deal to do other than the odd tinkering day. I have got a few train trips to go on, but again, they don't go down great, but I do chuck them on the channel because, as I've said before, it is a memory saver for me as well. So I know some of you enjoy them, and that's great. And yeah, I don't know if Lee's got anything in the bag, but if he has, obviously they'll appear on the channel. So just keep your eyes on the community posts, and we'll keep putting up what we can. Thanks for watching. If you don't already, consider subscribing, it'd be great. And yeah, from me and from Lee, wherever he is, we'll catch you on the next one. Well, not the next one, because the next one's the Sarah one. So me and Sarah will catch you on the next one. See you later.